The Attorney General's Office of the Nation delivered a report on how the archipelago was in terms of crime, showing figures that concern the authorities.
The Attorney General's Office reported that during 2021, there were 35 cases of homicides in the archipelago, a situation that raises flags regarding this crime in the islands. The prosecutor also delivered a report on the dismantling of criminal gangs.
In the archipelago, there were 35 homicides, 27 of which were solved, reaching a percentage of 77.14%. For these criminal dynamics, 28 arrests were made. Likewise, 5 common organized crime groups were affected, with 28 arrests, 31 indictments, 3 of them in prison, 27 with security measures at the time of the hearings. 4 of these criminal structures are dedicated to drug trafficking, and 1 of them to the crime of aggravated extortion.
Domestic violence as well as cases of sexual abuse are another of the cases for which the prosecutor's office reported an increase in the archipelago during 2021. For this year, the prosecutor's office reports that for the months of January and February, investigations are being carried out on a type of fraud on the island involving lodging sites.
And in judicial facts, the police conducted an operation in one of the traditional neighborhoods of the island, resulting in the arrest of a person. More details to follow.
In the Hill sector, the National Police carried out a search operation in one of the houses of the place, where several weapons and ammunition were found. The commander of the department, Maria Elena Gomez, gave more information about this event.
We managed to carry out an operational activity in the Hill sector, where through timely information, at the time we entered the place, we found 2 firearms, ammunition, and achieved the capture of a person. This allows us to show positive results and remove from circulation these firearms with which they have been committing crimes. In fact, the clear and timely information provided by the community is that these weapons were being used to commit thefts on the island. Fin del doblaje.
The person arrested during this process will be transferred to the competent authority to complete the judicial process, where he will have to answer for the crimes of manufacturing, trafficking, and carrying firearms. The police indicated that they will continue to carry out different operations to remove from circulation weapons with which crimes are being committed.
And the government reports from the country's capital, where the governor of the island is present at the meeting led by the National Federation of the Departments.
The news is with the governor, Everett Hawkins Shogreen, who is currently in the city of Bogota, where more than 23 governors and delegates of the 32 municipalities of the National Planning Department and the Presidential Council for the regions met at the technical table studying the territorial fact, report on advances in the project's finance with royalty resources. The meeting aims to bring all these projects to a successful conclusion. More information on the topic is specifically addressed in our central broadcast at 8 p.m.
And at this moment, we bring you a testimony of a man affected by Hurricane Iota, who is still waiting for a roof over his head a year after the catastrophe.
1 year and 3 months after the passage of Hurricane Iota, there are still families on the island of San Andres who have not received the aid that was announced to them after being affected by this natural phenomenon. Jainer Zúñiga, with his few resources, has tried to repair his roof in order to be able to make ends meet this year, but his income has not been enough to completely repair the damage left by the Iota to his home, as he told Teleislas News.
Gracias a Dios, a mi trabajo. Thanks to God and my work, little by little I have been fixing the roof. As you can see, I have fixed it, but it is not enough because the material is quite expensive and the minimum wage is not enough.
The affected person is questioning the delay in the repair of the affected houses.
Siento que el gobierno ha tenido una demora bastante.
I feel that the government has had a very long delay because it has been a year and more. I do not understand why it has taken so long to deliver the supplies or materials that were going to make a donation that we San Andreans need.
At the same time, Zúñiga said that he has not received any information from the government indicating the delay in the repair of their homes.
Pues hasta el sol de hoy.
To this day, they haven't come back. They haven't even said that this happened or for that reason. Nothing. They haven't given any answer. a reason or a motive for us to suddenly feel sure that we can wait. If another hurricane had passed again, what? My house would have been devastated.
His fear of completely losing his house is worrisome, as his roof is not well secured and still has damaged wood.
Poquito a poquito he podido avanzar, pero
Little by little, I have been able to move forward, but I am afraid of a strong breeze, of the rain, because the roof is not safe. I still have leaks in the house, and when there are strong winds, you feel that the sheets move a little.
Finally, Heiner Zuniga asked the government when will they give solution to what was promised.
Much attention to this information today will be held at the Chamber of Commerce, the socialization of a program that benefits women entrepreneurs of our islands.
This is the Aldea Fondo Mujer Emprende, which is a program of Impulsa Colombia and El Fondo Mujer Emprende that seeks to strengthen innovative companies and ventures led by women so that they reach their maximum growth potential, overcoming market obstacles and barriers through support from expert mentors, specialized service advisors, and financial allies. The program offers the following benefits to women entrepreneurs: obtain a voucher of up to $60 million to access a service of 100% tailored to your needs to enhance your growth, access to best offer of business services at the national and international level, connect with the entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem to access unique opportunities, belong to the high-impact entrepreneurs community where you can challenge, inspire, and network with other high-potential entrepreneurs.
And in our department, there are 3 digital spaces known as Puntos Vive Digital that allow community access to technological equipment and connectivity. These centers allow us to ensure the use and appropriation of information, technology, and communications to all people of the island. Alice Medina is at one of these points to learn a little about the services.
Hello, Lisa and all the TV viewers that are connect right now with us in Teleislas News. I say hello from here, from the digital point where stay in the zone of the town of our island, because we come to talk to the ICT secretary to know about the points and the importance that they have to have them in our islands.
The idea with the digital point them is that the community know that we have 3 of them available. We have one here in the town beside the raised area. We have one on the hill beside the installations of Teleislas, and we have one CRV beside the ludoteca. They are, digamos, there are points where the people can go and access to all the capacity that we have, where we have computer, we have them with internet, we have all of them, and we have personnel that, digamos, can help the people them in case they need any help. For example, the one on the hill, normally they attend a lot people or students doing that close to that center. We have the different schools them like Bruxelles and Bolivariana and them, so when the students have, let's say, homework and so, they can pass by there and we have the people them to attend.
This is all the information we report from here, from one of the 3 digital points of our island. Let's remember all the community that you can come and take advantage of all the ICT tools that they have in the place. Continue Lisa in studio with more important information of the midday of our department.
Thank you, Alice. And after constant complaints about the strong odors caused by sewage overflows in the downtown area of the island, the departmental administration made a statement on the matter.
Hace aproximadamente unos 8 días.
Imagine for about 8 days this sewage overflow has been occurring. Every tourist who comes will logically complains. My business is located right in front and it has affected me way too much because my sales are down. This is terrible.
This is one of the voices of the merchants in the downtown area of the island who are concerned about the bad odors produced by the overflowing sewage system. As we have evidenced in previous issues, they refer that this situation generates losses to the establishments where food is sold, while at the same time that it is a focus of infection and environmental contamination. When this news agency consulted the Secretary of Public Utilities and Environment, Asville Bryan, he affirmed that the departmental government is working with the purpose of finding a solution to this problem.
La gobernación departamental, mediante la...
It is important to inform the community of the archipelago that the Secretariat of Public Utilities has been working with Carolina and the Environmental Prosecution Office to take action in this situation. Apart from this work table, we have a control and surveillance group which makes control and recognition of these points on a daily basis.
At the same time, the government asked merchants and hoteliers to carry out good sanitary practices in order to mitigate this situation, which according to some investigations is due to the misuse of the grease trap.
Es importante informar a la comunidad del archipiélago que la Secretaría de Servicios Públicos.
The departmental government, through the Secretariat of Health, issued Circular Number 003 of 2021 on September 10th, which makes recommendation for compliance with good sanitary practices for establishments of high and low risk sanitary interest, in which instructions and parameters are stipulated with respect to grease traps.
To attack this problem that affects the downtown area of the island, the Public Utilities and Environment Portfolio is planning actions.
La invitación es a la comunidad, digamos.
The invitation is to the community. Let's say that it is to have a little patience with these issues, which the government step by step is taking improvement actions to quickly attack these problems.
And now we continue with our sport news with Victor Fusalva.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. The Inter-Companies football tournament in the Maracanas left organizers, players, and fans satisfied. The final between the two teams that have played in previous finals, Los Divinos versus Papurris, was repeated. A great final that left the Divinos team as champion and also pleased the fan, leaving the organizers of the tournament satisfied. According to Maria Jimenez, one of the organizers.
Como organizadora del torneo, me encuentro muy...
As the organizer of the tournament, I am very happy with the success we have had yearly with this championship. Everything went well. There was no violence, which is the most important thing. That is what we look for in each championship, that people can come and have fun and with the satisfaction of having fulfilled their duty. This year we are finishing last year's tournament, where the two teams from previous years faced each other, the two teams from the last final matchup, and the Divinos teams once again are crowned as champions.
This is an important tournament that integrates the community in a very pleasant sporting space. And on the other side of the island, an afternoon in Velodia Road with horse racing in tribute to the great Denny Hooker. Horse racing in the southern part of the island is part of our cultural and sporting tradition of the archipelago. Like Denny Hooker, who is also part of this tradition and culture, that is why this icon of the sport was honored and should always be remembered, as he is the master of all. Thanks to the departmental government and its sport and culture secretariats, a great tribute was paid for this icon of horse racing, the great Denny Hooker. This news agency of Teleislas Sport spoke with Humberto Flores.
Tell us something about I can enjoy the horse race because since I was a little boy, I come with Denny all the time. And Denny went around today, and today is Denny Day. So I right here, they accompany Denny and ready to win Pereke round. Kiara and one from Perry Hill and Kaiser and Baghdad. And now coming Queen of Hearts with Black Stallion. And then the Pereke Fire Rocket. I believe every 2 Saturdays I should have got a V1 race. Every 2 Saturdays. So next week, Friday, we have coming Tiling with Giselle. And Saturday, you have several prize race again, and then you have time to bet with tail. And also Big Brown with Quick Cash.
A great evening of ancestral tradition to homage the great Denny Hooker.